And I know I say this every single time I come to you live in a video, but I'm a hot mess. There are no fluffs and frills here. I have been outside in my garden. Do you guys see my garden? The last 2 days prepping it. I am so proud of this dirt, which I have been informed I should call soil now, because when we moved here 10 years ago, over 10 years ago, it was nothing but hard red clay. But thanks to a lot of chicken manure and a lot of wood chips and a lot of rabbit manure, we have made it such a fertile soil. And so it is amazing. But I have been working, look, you see Bessie? That's Bessie 2.0 down there. She and I have had a couple of hot days the last 2 days, and we have gotten this garden mostly ready and prepped. We're a little behind because the weather has not been very cooperative, and it's supposed to rain all day tomorrow. So Bessie and I are gonna work until dark, but it is time to get a few tomato plants in the garden. I'm being optimistically cautious here because it is supposed to get down like to 43 and 41 in like a week or so. But I have got to get some of this jungle in. Like, they're so big they won't even stand up, even with sticks in them. So I am gonna plant a few tomatoes tonight, and I wanted to bring you along because this is part of our Grow Your Own Food series. We are now starting video number 4. So it might take a couple of days to get this video in, so you might see me in a couple of different outfits here, but I will still be a hot mess regardless, because it is dirty out here. But dirt is good therapy. So I'm gonna show you what I put in my holes before I actually put my tomato plants in there. So stay tuned. Okay, so I'm gonna try to put like 6 to 8 tomato plants in the ground tonight. I'm also gonna try to plant a few onions. I try to space my onions out so that we can pull them, you know, all summer into fall. Oh, did you see that little dragonfly? Come back, buddy. Anyway, all right, so here's the deal. Before I plant my tomatoes, even though my soil is super fertile, and I saw so many amazing earthworms in there, it made me so happy. I have dug a few holes, but I want to tell you what I'm going to put in them. And this year I'm going to do with things a little differently, so you guys are going to get to follow along. But I always put Epsom salt in, about 2 tablespoons per hole. The magnesium is so good for your tomatoes. If I have eggshells that we have peeled off of, you know, hard-boiled eggs, I used to save those and put those in because calcium is good as well. I do not have any this year because I was not prepared. So none are going in these holes. They might later in the season because I kind of stagger my tomato plants. And most people like to put fish heads. I do not have a source to get fish heads, so I use fish fertilizer. This is Alaska brand. It is great for organic gardening. It even smells like fish. What you do is you put 2 tablespoons of this into a gallon of water, okay? And y'all, it smells like fish. When I opened it, the cats came running. So it is really good for, it's actually good for indoor and outdoor plants, but it does great things for your tomatoes. So I've got that ready to go. Now, I've been doing a little research on my own just to see if there's anything else I should be adding in. And it is amazing what people put in their holes before they plant their tomatoes. But I have been reading, and apparently aspirin is a big deal, and I have been leaving it out. So this year we are going to try it. 2 to 3 tablets. It said the 325 milligrams. So I picked up some cheap Walmart brand aspirin. I don't usually shop at Walmart, but I did today. Anyway, so there's that. Another thing I read is a lady said the last couple of years she has been putting a multivitamin in, that she just happened to have some and tried it and it did great. I happen to have, these are extra. These are the best multivitamins on the planet. If you don't shop here, you should, and we can talk about that in another video. This is another part of my non-toxic farm mom journey. But my daughter recently switched upped her vitamin game to join us with some packets. So I've got a few extra, and I thought, you know what? Why not throw them in the hole? So we're gonna put one of those. These are all great, organically bound, so it should feed my tomatoes. So that's what's gonna go in. And then I put a lot of water in each hole. And tomatoes require a lot of water to get their root system going. So I am gonna plant some tonight and hopefully the rain will take care of it. But here we go, you guys. A non-toxic farm mom is planting tomatoes and you are on this journey with me. Okay, so here are the holes. I'll get up close and personal. 2 tablespoons Epsom salt, 3 aspirin, and a multivitamin. And next, I'm gonna pour in some of our fish fertilizer all mixed up so that it's not too much nitrogen to burn them. So I'm gonna pour that in all 6 of these holes. Whoop. And then we're gonna get some tomatoes in them. Okay, so I'm gonna start with Roma. I'm gonna plant 6. I have 6. These were all started by seed from me. So this has been part of this journey from, you know, from seed to now garden. And then eventually it'll go to our table. So this is true farm to table. You too can grow your own food. So follow along with this series where I've taught you how. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna plop these in the holes and we are gonna get them ready to go. Okay. First 6 tomato plants in the garden. These are all non-GMO aromas. Now I'm going to give them a good little soaking for the night. Maybe if I can get my, there. Give them a good little soaking. Typically I water in the morning for tomatoes, so they have all day to kind of soak it in. I'm gonna give them a little bit of water and I'm gonna mound the dirt back up again. And then it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so they should get a little good soaking there as well. But this helps them establish those roots. And I like to plant in the evening, especially with new plants, because then the sun is not too harsh on them. All right, so we're gonna give them a little soaking. All right, so that's what I do, you guys. There will be a lot of tomato plants in my garden because we try to make all of our own pasta sauce, all of our own salsa, and I just try to can some diced tomatoes. I think now more than ever is a great time to start growing your own food. So go back to my first video in this series. This is number 4. I will probably make another one since we're just at the beginning of the season. And I'll probably do another little clip here so you can see some more of the tomatoes as I get them in the garden. But go for it, you guys. Go grow your own food.